Today I'm talking about one of my least favorite genres, college movies.
People say that college is the time when young men and women expand the way that they look at their world, when they open their minds to new ideas and experiences. Now, isn't that a load of horseshit?
In this crazy, fast-paced world, it's nice there's some things that can always be counted on. Stay-at-home moms love hearing there's no tougher job than being a mother. Adolescents will follow any trash that's supposedly counterculture, and college kids cannot get enough of their own lifestyle. If your Kool-Aid isn't selling, just repurpose it as university flavor and watch it fly off the shelf. College kids love college. The only group more obsessed with itself is the military, and no surprise there, both exploit high school kids who think they're embarking on the adventure of their life. It's not their fault though, it's the organization. Schools actively try to indoctrinate students. I remember going to orientation and being bombarded with a million testimonies that end with, "You'll make friends here that will last a lifetime," or "This place has become like family." Ugh, and then we'd learn the school song because God forbid we'd ever go to a rally and need to chant something as a mob. Someone else has got to see how weird this is, right? This is the kind of stuff they did at the Nazi youth camps. I get it though, I'm hip. It's all about getting that groupthink going. It's the same strategy with timeshares or pyramid schemes. Make it feel like an exclusive club and then suddenly you're feeling proud of your shitty investment. Still, it's just a school. Now they've got a theme song? What are they trying to sell me on here? Things kind of spiraled out of control when I was looking for an education and was offered friends of a lifetime. That's not an appropriate sales pitch for advancing my knowledge. So what are they trying to sell me on? Well, it's an identity. It's a whole lifestyle that will define who you are. Products ranging from credit cards to pharmaceuticals, all targeting the college student. By the time they finish high school, students have been mentally primed to choose a path of higher learning. Once they've decided on a school, they've been told over and over how lucky they are to be a member, and how this will be a defining moment in their lives. All the media needs to do is regurgitate this. Just throw up validation on that brainwash fire and it's easy money. It's such a simple job, the college movie formula doesn't see a lot of variation. There's a guy or a group, and they're underdogs, either intellectually, financially, or socially, and college is this huge opportunity for them to find themselves. But then a villain shows up who tries to get them kicked out, and all they need to do is rally together and pull off this one big thing because that'll prove they have what it takes to get serious. And then a crowd cheers and that's it. That's your plot. And just to make sure your college movie is hitting all the cliches, you're going to want to follow this checklist. Always be sure to do 3 things. Number 1, confirm that college is awesome. There's got to be sex, there's got to be drugs, you just got to make it nuts. Number 2, be sure to show that college isn't a part of working society. Old people just don't get it. The man is always trying to bring them down. They're not adults yet, they still have their youth, and college doesn't play by the rules. Number 3, show that although they aren't adults yet, they can do anything adults can do and better. They have no defect, they're golden. Well, alright, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty confident I can make one of these. Sounds like any idiot can do it, and I want a slice of that university profit. Let's get a trailer going and then pop that bad boy up on Kickstarter for some money. Johnny Underdog has always been a nobody. In high school, no one knew his name. Right, high school's fucking lame. Nothing good happens there, ever. So we'll cut to the scene where he's talking to some girl at like Applebee's, and he's like, "What's up, Sarah?" And she's like, "Do I know you?" And he says, "Oh, I sat next to you in all 4 years of high school English." And then the record's... And then there's just like an awkward pause, you know, to show how awkward he is. But in college, you can be whoever you want to be, and it's Johnny's time to reinvent himself. Get ready for the wildest semester ever, as Johnny parties. And then we'll do one of those party scenes where someone makes like a faux pas and then everyone falls silent, like the music stops because like, oh shit, you might have to go to the hospital or something. But then they say, "Oh, I'm okay," and then like the music starts right back up. Fucks a bunch of chicks until he finds that one super pretty girl who is something special. And then we'll do one of those themes where they're playing a sexual game and the chicks are about to take their tops off, but it cuts right before they show anything and the dudes are like way too enthusiastic, like, "Look at this guy, this is a life-changing nipple for him," and takes on the dean. We'll show him doing something quirky like chasing an alpaca through the campus or something. I don't care. To become the most popular kid on campus. This fall, it's time to enroll at Party U. Alright, that's it. Just gotta play the waiting game now and millions will be rolling in. While we wait though, I don't mind explaining to the skeptics as to why the checklist works. Okay, so we have to confirm that college is awesome. Well, just like college kids are obsessed with being in college, college movies have to be obsessed with taking place in college, because it's the best goddamn time you'll ever have anywhere ever, period. It's a self-sustaining cycle. Kids have parties because there's no adult supervision and, well, alcohol. Then the media starts portraying college kids as party animals because of said parties, and now the kids are emulating what they see in the movies, and then the media starts dubbing some universities party schools, and then the people who like to party attend those universities, and then suddenly you're flipping over cars in a full-blown party riot. Look, if you were sheltered your entire childhood, I get it. College will expose you to sex and drugs, and mom and dad aren't around to set a curfew. But this is romanticized to a ridiculous level. People want the experience they've seen in the movies, so they go out of their way to try and emulate it in a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. Kids binge drink because it's what you're supposed to do in college, not because they all have drinking problems. Everyone is trying to live out Animal House, and apparently they think that will happen if they all buy the same goddamn poster. So movies need to be on the college party circle jerk. College needs to be portrayed as separate from society. Exclusive, meaning you're not gonna get it unless you're a part of it. All great cults, groups, do this. The opening to PCU is a good example. The main character has an outsider's view of college that isn't what's real, but those inside the system are in the know.
It's a whole new ball game on campus these days, and they call it PC.
The whole self-contained inner hierarchy of a college is perfect for those who like to feel special. It reduces your worldview to basically anything that'll impact you and your campus. And it's not like other campuses. Nope, yours is unique. Don't worry, you'd have to be a part of it to understand. One of the core traits defining this exclusivity is youth. The majority of students are out of high school, not quite adults, but the future generation. Those in authority can then be differentiated by being old. Old people just don't get them. They're just jealous of their youth, and that's why they hate on sexual promiscuity, parties, and new age ideas. It's ridiculous that 20-year-olds are still in the rebellious grown-ups don't get us phase, but they are. Look at how the movie Old School portrays age. The main three guys are miserable. Apparently in the old school universe, being adult means being boring. Adults need to settle down, have a family, stop doing drugs, live a no-excitement life because that's what grown-ups do. So they try to recreate their youth by being college kids, because, college kids know how to party and fuck. Adults are lame. It's seriously like a 13-year-old is writing about his mom and dad. Now, going along with the whole future generation thing, the final rule to adhere to is to give the college protagonists unlimited potential. Not only are college kids youthful and living the most exciting lives ever, but they also have all the traits of a hardworking, responsible adult, when they need to. They just don't do it because, YOLO. Every college movie ends with the characters proving they do have what it takes. So fuck off, mom and dad, of course they will be successful. They'll get there and without losing their fun side, unlike you boring grown-ups. Ugh. My favorite example of this is in Revenge of the Nerds, when the guy rapes the girl in the moon bounce. Nope, we are not going to get into a rape debate on this one. But it turns out that he's actually amazing at sex. So not only are the nerds smart and able to excel at school, but they're also really amazing in bed. Basically, the third rule is, no amount of coddling is too much coddling. If you think you've complimented the character the audience identifies with enough, you haven't. Just give them all the good traits and maybe one flaw that's like, they're too popular. I went to college. I remember being concerned that it wasn't turning out like I thought it would. It wasn't the best 4 years of my life. But then I grew up and I looked at my bill and realized I only thought that because of the lifelong sales pitch I had been given. It's amazing how college has been marketed to the public in the past 3 decades, at least in America. Let's not get into how it's become an over-acquired degree that's essentially replaced the high school diploma. Let's just focus on how bizarrely it's advertised. Universities should be marketed as what they are, areas of higher learning that help progress a person academically. But nope, it's turned into a cultural highlight of growing up now. It's as fashionable as going trick-or-treating when you're a child. If you missed out on that, people pity you. They give you those upturned eyebrows and even a, "Aw, don't you want to have those awesome experiences you saw in the movies? You don't want to feel left out. After all, it's the best 4 years of your life."
The experience I've had here is something I definitely won't ever forget.
Going to college definitely will change who you are.
Social life and the groups of friends that I've been able to make.
Do you want to go to a large school where you can meet a lot of different people?
I wouldn't be surprised at all if college comedies were funded by universities. It's some next level marketing. They are never depicted in a bad manner, and they are never depicted as overpriced scams. College should be a transition into the real world, a colder, harsher version of high school that prepares you for the callousness of the working world. Instead, in the past few decades, it's gone the other direction. more coddling, more comfort, more community. This is of course a generalization with 1,000 exceptions, but I'm just disappointed with how little attention alternative paths receive. Let's see a new genre arise. I want to see vocational high school comedies. You know things get all kinda wacky when the welders compete with the HVAC guys for dibs on the new federal money, but that's probably not a huge market, so no profit, no movie. Ugh, I think I'm growing a conscience. I don't want my movie to glamorize universities any more than they already are. Let's rework it. Johnny Underdog has always been an average student and felt pressured to go to college because of a lack of alternate information. Get ready as Johnny fills out FAFSA. Now we do something really interesting here. We show in real time Johnny filling out financial aid forms. No BS montage shots here. Applies for scholarships. Do a montage shot for this one. There's just too goddamn many of them. Becomes disillusioned and sees the school psychiatrist for depression. Let's also do a montage shot for Johnny trying out SSRI after SSRI to find the one that works with the least amount of side effects. And gets out of college with a useless degree because not everyone can stand computer science. Seriously, not everyone can do computer science. This fall, get ready to pay the $50 application fee to Party U. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I mean, it's accurate. Please donate all your money to the Kickstarter.